August 5th, 2025. We are here at the George M. Romm Little Theater, Brockton High School, 470 Forest Ave, Brockton, Mass. 02301. I need to read into the record the following. In addition to attending, the public can view this meeting via television on Comcast Channel 8 and also the 1071 HD version, and online via the following link, which is www.youtube.com/TheBrocktonChannels. At this time, I would ask that we please stand and salute the American flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
I'd ask that you please stand. The city of Brockton and Brockton High lost a great champion, Bill Jennings, who was a track coach. He was my track coach. He was a lot of people here at Brockton's track coach. He was in the Hall of Fame. He was a wonderful, wonderful educator. And if we could take a moment of silence for Mr. Jennings at this time, please. May he rest in peace. Thank you very much. I'm going to establish a quorum by calling the roll. Mrs. Sullivan?
Here.
Mr. Gomes?
Here.
Mr. Vega?
Here.
Ms. Oliver?
Here.
Vice Chair?
Here.
Ms. Azak?
Here.
Mr. Sullivan is not here today, but I am here. And also we are joined by, of course, Dr. Priya Tahiliani, who is our clerk secretary of the school committee meeting. Again, we established a quorum. Agenda 4, and I misplaced my glasses, so what the hell did I do with it? Oh, no, not that bad, I got them. Approval, thank you. Approval of the out-of-state field trip, which is Empower Yourself, and they're going to New York. What is the will of the committee at this time? Vice Chairman?
Motion to approve the out-of-state field trip from Empower Yourself to New York.
There is a motion made
Second.
by the Vice Chair. It was properly seconded by Ms. Oliver. All in favor, kindly raise your hand. If you're opposed, raise your hand. It passes unanimous. We will now go on to Agenda 5, which is discussion and potential vote, which is the BPS student/family handbooks 2025-2026, previously sent on 7/3/25. What is the will of the committee, please?
I just have
Mrs. Sullivan, please.
a comment. The handbooks have already been looked at by the principals and anybody that wanted to make any changes. And so I make a motion to approve the handbooks for the 25-26 school year.
Form of a motion. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Just for the record, it was it was made by Mrs. Sullivan, properly seconded by Vice Chairman Rodriguez. All in favor, kindly raise your hand. If you're opposed, raise your hands. Passes unanimous. Agenda 6 is discussion and potential vote, approval of the interim assistant superintendent 9/12 and compliance.
Thank you so much. So the next item on the agenda pertains to the realignment of work streams for next school year. So as you all know, Dr. Michelle Connors left her role as the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Schools at the end of last school year, so just a month ago, to be the new superintendent of the Mashpee Public Schools, which is incredibly exciting for her, but of course it certainly left some large shoes to fill for us. We did post this position and did initial interviews with principals and a group of stakeholders, but after further thought and discussion, we decided we would like to hold on hiring for this position at this time and take a deeper look at the work on the cabinet level or at the district leadership team level. This will give us an opportunity to really determine if our current structure is the best one and allows us a year to explore potentially a different path. Then after a few months of trial and assessment, we can determine the best route forward and then potentially repost the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Schools or perhaps a role that is similar. So thus for this school year, my proposal is to hold on that position and realign the work from the 8 cabinet members down to 7 cabinet members. So in September, I would give you a full rundown of all of the different work streams that will fall under each of our cabinet level positions. But for now, I just wanted to discuss with you the most substantive changes that I'm proposing in regards to this particular position, which is to have our current Director of Compliance and Strategy, Kim Tsai, take on the work of overseeing our high schools, and to have our Assistant Superintendent of Elementary Schools, Karen Spalding, oversee pre-K to 8. So they both have the appropriate licensure and experience, and we have discussed this potential shifting of responsibilities with the both of them. For Dr. Spalding, the work looks very similar, but expands to more schools and grades, and it actually does align very well with our literacy focus across the district, which is moving into our middle schools. For Kim Tsai, she would be continuing her work as the Director of Compliance and Strategy while also working with Dr. Spalding to ensure vertical alignment with our high school principals, vertical alignment and with our high school principals to ensure horizontal alignment. So I'm thus proposing that Dr. Spalding be the Assistant Superintendent of Pre-K to 8 and Kim Tsai be the Interim Assistant Superintendent of 9 through 12 in compliance. So you'll see a summary of the responsibility of this role along with the departments which will be overseen. So the departments overseen are on the second page. So this job description is very similar to the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary, but without 6 to 8, specifically with 9 through 12. And on the last page, it does have the overseeing departments, which include a lot of the ones that were already as part of the compliance team, but would also include high school coordinators and high school principals. So as you see too, under the compliance duties, one of the bullets in the overview states that Kim Tsai would continue her responsibilities under her former job description, which is also attached to the overview. So that is the second job description. So if this is agreeable to the committee, then I would move forward with next steps to make it official, and we'll begin the communication process with our school leaders and our department heads. I will also then provide the committee with an updated organizational chart at our meeting in September. So again, this is a one-year pilot, just like we've been doing in many of our departments and in the district as a whole. We are reviewing and revising roles and doing our best to be more efficient, more effective, doing more with less, or doing the same with less. And this does include our leadership structure. So when we did not find the perfect candidate for the role, we thought this might be a good time for us to regroup and consider what it should be moving forward, but without making any permanent decisions right now. We'd like a year to kind of rethink this structure. I'll provide you updates if this again was agreeable to the committee. I would provide you with updates this year as to what we're thinking in regard to the permanent structure, how it's working so far. But again, this would allow us the time we need in order to determine what that should be. Also, this does come with a cost savings on the district leadership team, so that's also a good benefit as well.
Thank you, Superintendent. Any questions, Superintendent? Mr. Vega, please.
And this is really just to help folks at home understand some things. You've mentioned that it's like a reallocation of resources, Ms. Tsai's work in procurement, which is a direct response to the feedback that we overwhelmingly received. And she's hit the ground running with that. There's been a ton of progress made in that area. But we all understand Ms. Tsai to come into the door with a bunch of legal and procurement background. What qualifies Kim Tsai to be in this role?
Oh, that is a great question. She is also, I don't know if she wants to come up and talk, but she does have her assistant superintendent and superintendent licensure. She was the deputy superintendent in the Everett Public Schools, and she was the one who oversaw the principals or did the most direct work with the principals. So I would have like the group meetings. She would meet with them individually to work on their school improvement plans. And just to be clear too, there are shifting responsibilities, and I really appreciate the team that's all here today, because while I'm mentioning these because they come with the title change, everybody on the team is taking on some additional work streams that were not originally part of their role. So we've really tried to look at the leadership team as a whole and figure out, okay, where do we think both positions and people should departments live? And so this, I will present that holistically to you if this were agreeable in September, so that everyone knows, and of course we would communicate it to principals. But really our goal here is to really realign the work and try to do just be more efficient as a leadership team. And we may find that a year from now, like, this is not doable with just the 7 people, but we would like to give it a try. And again, I do appreciate the team being willing to step up with these additional responsibilities.
I just want to say thank you for clarifying that and letting folks know. I'm very excited. My own working relationship with Ms. Tsai has been fantastic, and I want to give a shout out to Dr. Spalding. And thank you for even considering stepping up in this way. It's a lot of work. But I feel good about what your ability to shoulder that. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vega. Any other comments? Mrs. Sullivan, please.
Yes, I just wanted to thank Dr. Spalding and Kim Tsai for taken on extra responsibility in order to save another position and kind of show that, we're trying to do that. And so I really thank them because that's something that people have been talking about too. So thank you.
I too want to go on record and thank Dr. Spalding and Dr. Sy, because having a Juris Doctorate degree, you have a doctorate degree. So I do want to say that. I do want to say that. But again, since Kim's come on, it's been phenomenal at City Hall. The flow, the conversation, everything's been professional and really timely. So I support this wholeheartedly. Any other comments, or can we go to a vote? Vice Chairman, please.
I support this 100 million %. And this is one of the fruits of Dr. T in this position, and this is one of the reasons why she's in this role, making sure that we're in compliance and making sure that the district is aligned properly. So I will make the motion to approve the interim assistant superintendent 9 to 12 in compliance.
Form of a motion, is there a second, please?
Second.
Just for the record, Vice Chairman Rodriguez made the motion, is properly seconded by Ms. Oliver. Hand vote, all in favor, please raise your hand. If you're opposed, raise your hand. It passes unanimous. I will go on to Agenda 7, other business. Any other business at this time? I don't think there is. We just as the chair, when the vice chair and I determined this special school committee, we talked about potentially no need to have the one later this month. So you'll hear from us, but just keep it on your agenda for now. But it looks like that might not happen, okay? Which I know a lot of people are vacationing and stuff. So just kind of keep that in pencil, not pen, on your calendar. Now we'll go on to Agenda 8, executive session, and I will read into the record the following. School committee will go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to collective bargaining or litigation if an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining or litigating position of the public body, and the chair so declares. As chair, I do so declare. Litigation update, collective bargaining discussion, BEA, BESPA, Teamsters, IBAA, TEA. Is there a motion to go into executive session, please?
Motion. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, you go.
Motion to enter into executive session.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion was made by Vice Chairman Rodriguez, properly seconded by Mrs. Sullivan. So we do have a motion to go into executive session. I do have to call the roll. Mrs. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Gomes?
Yes.
Mr. Vega?
Yes.
Ms. Oliver?
Yes.
Vice Chairman?
Yes.
Ms. Azak?
Yes.
And I'm a yes as well. We will be going to executive session right now. And just as a chair, I need to state, we will not be coming back into open session. So again, we want to thank BCA for their efforts tonight on a special meeting, but we will now be going into executive session. Thank you.